Good, good morning, everybody. We're just waiting for Councillor Pauling to join us online. We cannot see him yet. Shall we wait? I think we can proceed. I think we're all right. Good morning, Councillor East. Good morning. Right. Welcome to today's meeting of RHC. We do have Chair Pauling supposedly online, but he hasn't arrived yet. He's on Karakia for the day. So since he's not here, I will actually start with the Karakia. Whakatakata hau ki te uru, whakatakata hau ki te tonga, ki mā kina kina ki uta, ki mā taratara ki tai. Ihi aki ana te atakura, hei tū, hei huka, hei hauhu, ti hei maolioro. Right, as I said, good morning to everybody. We have a quorum present, so I declare the meeting open. Good morning, Chair Pauling. Sorry, I've done the Karakia in your absence, so I hope you don't mind about that.
No, kia ora.
Good. Right, so we have some apologies this morning from Councillor Edge and Councillor Robinson. Everybody else is in the room, so I'll move those if somebody likes to second them. Thank you, Councillor East. Does anybody have any conflicts of interest with today's meeting agenda? Okay, if there isn't, that's great. We have received no requests for public forum, deputations or petitions. And agenda item 5 is regarding the extraordinary urgent business. Does anybody have any extraordinary urgent business? No. Thank you. We have received no notices of motion. We then move to agenda item 7.1. That's page 9 to 13 of your agenda. Just to note, there is one item of accuracy there. The word key under 5.1 will be removed and the recommendation will be changed. This is a staff input. Staff changed to what went out in the agenda. So does anybody else have any matters of accuracy before we move those? If there isn't, is there somebody that will move those records subject to that, that recommendation there with the slight change? Do I have a mover? Councillor East, the seconder. Did you say Joe? Okay, you're away, so you can't. I'll second that then. All those in favour? Against, so that's carried. We'll then move on to the report items for decision today. That's page 14 to 16 of your agenda. We are looking to make a decision around the appointment of a hearing commissioner to hear and decide resource consent applications for Wongan Hills, and there is 2 applications there. The recommendations that staff have proposed are to appoint Belle Matheson as the hearing commissioner, with the delegations under the Resource Management Act giving him the functions, powers and duties that are required to deal with any preliminary matters and hear and decide the applications. We have Henry Winchester and Alison Cooper at the table. Is there any questions of clarification people have around this? Councillor Swiggs.
Yeah, just given that the Ngāti Wheke has and Turununga Koko Rarata. I thought I read something different. Given that they were both in objection, has the Hearings Commissioner got experience with the the matters that they're objecting to?
Kia ora koutou, everyone. So the hearing commissioner that we've put forward has obviously done the Making Good Decisions course, and they've, as you can see in the paper, they've ticked off the relevant considerations. So we consider that Belle Matheson has got the appropriate experience as well as the certification to be able to manage the hearing.
I'd just like to add that if you look at point 14, he's a barrister as well with 25 years experience in resource management, environmental, public works and local government. So, and the staff have put down their examples of where he's represented different cases, and he's obviously he has worked on the EPA, so that's very broad ranging. RMA is very clear around what it sets out, particularly around Part 2, and also the recommendation or the rules and regs that also have to be applied with. So have faith. Is there any further questions of clarification? Is that
Yeah, I've just got my hand up.
Craig. Oh, sorry, it goes yellow right round the whole square box. Craig.
Yeah, firstly, I just wanted to acknowledge that I am a member of Ngāti Wheki, but I'm not involved in any of the resource management work that they do, so just wanted to let everyone know that. My question was really similar to Dion's, actually, and I note the experience of Belle, sorry. But I do think that, with the submitters saying it's not considered a culturally acceptable activity, I know that we have the ability to add someone with that expertise if we feel that that person doesn't. So I would really, not because it's not specifically noted that he's done work with cultural matters. So I'm just interested in that and wondering if the staff have any other option to add someone.
Sorry, I was just convening with Alison Cooper. So I think our understanding is that we have a hearing date booked in for the 26th of this month. Therefore, we're looking to get someone appointed, and you'll note that this was brought forward in urgency, and that was because of that hearing date available for Belle Matheson. The reason why we're bringing it forward is because we would like to get a commissioner appointed quickly to be able to get this done and work through the process before Christmas. Definitely take that point, Chair Pauling. Is that something that we can go away and consider or have a think about here? Or
Can I just get some clarity? Teasing that thought out that Chair Pauling has just raised. I understand that commissioners can seek advice if they feel that they are not across the gambit of what's being raised anyway. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
So there is actually an option there. I think the other thing that's interesting about this case is it's the first one of 25. So that's good positive news in my perspective that's coming through the process and trying to meet some timelines with some urgency there. So I appreciate that. Would that satisfy you, Chair Pauling, that he does have the option should he not have that breadth of experience? But there is a degree of urgency around the date and the availability of getting somebody to sit on this.
Yeah, I do get that, but I'm also conscious that the thing that it says is there's two words, culturally acceptable and cultural landscape, and cultural landscapes is quite a specific area of expertise. Look, I am concerned that you've got two submitters that have been quite specific, and you really need someone who can grapple with those issues, and it's hard to tell from what we've got in the paper whether that's actually something that Belle has done. So look, I'd like the staff to go away, but look, definitely put Belle in place. But I'm just thinking, is there an option to give that assistance, or like Claire said, note that the commissioner can actually ask for that support as well. So a bit of both would be good, actually.
Okay, I think are you wanting to say something, Paul, as General Manager of Consents and Compliance? We've got Paul Hulse here.
Kia ora,
Chair Cole.
Kia ora, Chair. Perhaps if I'm looking at Robin, just to respond to Councillor Pauling's comments, we perhaps could bring in an amended paper at a later. We can make the decision if Council feel they've got enough information to make the appointment of the Commissioner. Then we can go away and take those comments, and if there is an opportunity to look at explore the CV, one, and two, if there's a requirement to bring in an extra recommendation, we can do that at a later date, I suppose. Is that? I think that might be possible.
Just to add to that as well, we can also go and check with Bell Matheson to make sure that they're comfortable with seeing those matters to ensure we tick that off as well.
Okay, hopefully everybody's comfortable with that decision. Thank you, Chair Pauling. I think that people that have done the RMA course and are accredited independent hearing commissioners, for example, or any accredited hearing commissioner, they certainly are well aware of the cultural stuff and Part 2 stuff and Section 6, 7 and 8, particularly in there. So it does cover it off. That doesn't necessarily the specific ones for that locality, but, I guess a visit could be on the cards too. But I think if everybody's comfortable with the proposal that staff have put to us, that we can accept this recommendation, and should there be any change, we can retrospectively accept that. Is everybody okay with that?
I want to add an amendment to this one.
I'm just wondering if we note, can we, are people happy if we actually just note that there may be some addition to this, depending on the investigation by staff? Or do you want to? Yes, okay. Chair Pauling's got his thumb up.
Just in the minutes.
Yes, thank you. We'll note that in the minutes if we may, thank you. Okay, so we have the recommendation up there on the board for 8.1. I won't read it through you. Like I've got it in front of you in either your papers or up on the board. Can I have a mover and a seconder for that, please? Councillor East and Councillor Swiggs is going to second that. All those in favour say aye. Against? That's carried. Thank you very much for that. All right, that takes us on to report items for information. So we've got the Regulation Hearing Committee Resolution Status Report on page 17 to 20. I think that's pretty straightforward there. Everything is green. I wouldn't imagine there are any questions. Are there? No. Move Councillor Davies. Can I have a seconder for that, please? Councillor Swiggs. All those in favour say aye. Against? Okay, that's carried. Thank you. Takes us to 9.2. That's the Regulation Hearing Status Report Update. There hasn't been a heck of a lot of change since last week, so still all orange there as these hearings are still in process. Shouldn't be any further questions. Councillor Swiggs?
I've got a keen eye on the second one down, the 7th of August 2024. Commenced on the 2nd of September 2024. The application has adjourned. Is there any update on any potential date for that one to restart, and any timeframes on that?
So the Burnham 2020 hearing has been held, and so we actually have just received the right of reply. So we're just waiting on the commissioners to declare the hearing closed, and then it'll be decision. And I expect that would be released before Christmas.
If there are no further questions on that paper, can we have a mover and a seconder, please, for the recommendation that's up here on the screen and in your papers on page 21 to 24. Councillor Swiggs, seconder. Councillor East. All those in favour say aye. Against? So that's carried. Thank you very much. The next meeting will be next week, the 20th of November. And I would just like to apologise for committee members when I flicked out my email, just a quick note very quickly. The F got dropped off the for, and it became or. So I do apologise for that. Not looking at it before I actually pressed send, but it was just a single line and I just was in a real hurry. So I do apologise for that confusion for councillors around that PX, which then looked like I'd written that there was no meeting whatsoever. But anyway, we've got here, so I do thank you for that. I'll leave the meeting open as from the Karakia perspective, and we'll close it. And if we've just